Welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. You are in the session for promoting successful outcomes for community college students. So I hope you've made it to the right room. Please stay. We have a wonderful panel of presenters today to share with you. And my name is Leslie Wisdom. I'm with the Regional Consortium putting on this conference. And today I will be your Zoom room host. So just wanted to go over a couple of housekeeping logistical items. For our attendees, we wanted to let you know that you can use the chat in the Zoom feature as well as the Whova feature. So I'll be helping to monitor any Q&A or chat in the Whova app because our presenters today will only be able to see what's in Zoom. So just keep that in mind as you're typing any questions or comments that you might have. So they can only see what you type into the Zoom platform. And then we're going to have each of our presenters, including students, go through their presentations, speaking points first. And then we're going to save all questions till the end to make sure that we have enough time for everybody to share what they have to share with you today. So you can type in your questions throughout the whole presentation time, but just note that we will approach the questions at the end just to make sure we have enough time for everybody to share. Let's see what else. In the Whova app for our attendees, at the end of this session, I do want to ask you to please rate the session. So when you're in the Whova application, right underneath the session title, you'll see a box that says rate session. You just click on that and it'll take you to a session evaluation survey. And then there are already a few items at the bottom of the session page. There's a few items that you can download. And some of our presenters have shared additional items with me just recently. So I will work to add those other documents to that session. It'll also be in the documents section of the Whova platform. So you can get it from the session part at the very bottom of the screen or the documents part. So I'll work on adding that later today. So you might have to come back later if you wanted to download another one of those documents. But I think that's all of the housekeeping I have. If you have any technical issues, feel free to just chat with me in Zoom or Whova, and I'll work to get any complicated matters figured out with you. And then I'm going to turn it over to Miss Erica Almos, who is serving as our moderator today for this session. Miss Erica.
Thank you, Leslie. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I am happy and honored to present to you our presenters. We have Ms. Dr. Patrice Braswell, Accessibility Resource Center Coordinator at Grossmont College. We have Ms. Noora, Alseah, CalWORKs Counselor from Grossmont College, Mr. Michael Perez, EOPS Counselor from Grossmont College, and lastly but not least, Mr. Raul Rodriguez, Puente Counselor of San Diego Mesa College. So thank you again, presenters. I will go ahead and ask the questions. The questions are the same for all counselors. What types of resources, services, or support does your program provide to students? Who does your program serve, or who is eligible? How do students find out about this program or service, and what kind of outreach do you do? Thank you, Dr. Patrice.
Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. First of all, I just like to say again that we are the Accessibility Resource Center, known as the ARC at Grossmont College. Our program is designed to provide equitable access to education for students with disabilities. We provide individualized counseling services. We provide academic accommodations to support our students who might have some type of educational limitation. And we provide supplemental instruction to our students in the way of personalized, personal support classes that are taught within our department. Students become eligible for services with our program by providing us with documentation that verifies some type of a disability. And when I say disability, it could be something like ADHD, it could be something such as a learning disability. We have students in our program who have low vision or who are deaf or hard of hearing and need additional support by way of interpreting services or real-time captioning in the classroom. But all of our services are voluntary and confidential. So if you decide to access service, you never have to worry about your information being shared with anyone due to our FERPA laws on campus, but also, again, because our services are confidential. We never share your information without you've given us permission. In terms of academic accommodations and services that some of our students qualify for, note-taking assistance, and by this, we provide our students with note-taking paper that they may ask someone in the classroom to take notes and then provide them with a copy afterwards. Also, we provide preferential seating for some students, short breaks. Some students qualify to have personal attendance if that's a need. There's accessible furniture. Oftentimes students request a different type of chair based on a physical disability. We provide testing accommodations. And by that, I mean some students qualify to receive extended time on their exams. And so we support that student by making sure that they can utilize their testing accommodations in our testing center. Under our counseling and support services, we provide individualized counseling for our students. It can be academic, career, disability management. We have assistive technology for our students who need that type of support. We also provide priority registration for our students to make sure that they're securing classes in a timely manner. Learning disability testing is available for those students who feel as though, you know, I don't know if I have a disability, I'm struggling in my class, I feel as though, you know, I'm taking the notes, I'm doing everything that's required, but yet I just don't feel that I'm connecting to the course material. A student could come to us, ask for the learning disability testing, and we would take them through that assessment to see if they would qualify for services that way. I'm trying to think of the last question that you said, Erica.
Yes.
In terms of outreach?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
What kind of outreach do you do?
So our outreach, we do, like, the campus will have, if our campus is having a campus fair, then we will have a table out with information for our campus community. We do class presentations oftentimes for our instructional faculty. We attend divisional meetings and present oftentimes to department chairs and coordinators. We work closely with Grossmont Unified District with their special education department, their counselors there, to make sure that we're connecting and letting them know, letting our incoming high school students know about services. So we do quite a bit of outreach, but then we also do in-reach within our own campus community to make sure that everybody on campus is aware of our services and can refer a student if necessary.
Thank you very much. And I also would like to thank our students that are participating in today's breakout session. We have Mbaya, Ranjeen, Christina, and Deloy that will be answering a few questions in a few minutes. And we have Noora next from CalWORKs.
Erica. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having us today. My name is Noora. I'm the counselor at CalWORKs Grossmont College and outreach lead to represent the CalWORKs program. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so our program, the CalWORKs, is the meaning of the CalWORKs is a public assistance program, employment service program that provides temporary cash aid services to eligible needy California families to have that have children in the home. So the eligibility criteria, all the students or the individuals who are receiving cash assistance, they will be potentially eligible for CalWORKs services if the following requirements are satisfied. If they are receiving cash aid TANF through the county CalWORKs program for themselves or for their children under 18, if they are enrolled in at least one unit at Grossmont College in a major that leads to employment, if they complete a Grossmont College CalWORKs Student Services application. So our mission at the CalWORKs program is to support parents in achieving their academic goals and help them create new opportunities for themselves, their children, and the community. The CalWORKs program at Grossmont College also provides intensive instructions, counseling, and support services such as internships, job search, employment preparation, opportunities, and childcare assistance. Work experience, work study opportunities for students currently receiving cash assistance and aid benefits are also offered. CalWORKs assists students in preparing for immediate and successful employment. So our mission also is to help the students and provide the CalWORKs students with the following: if they are planning to transfer to a degree and certificates program, provide them with the career technical education and workforce development. We support them gain basic skills and develop their skills. We provide student support services that promote student access and achievement and community education. So the CalWORKs benefits and program, all our students are qualified for works based on the qualification. They can be enrolled in the work study program. We provide academic success workshops, childcare if they need, and also the attendance is considered as a verification to the county of their participation hours that they can submit to the county. Also, our students are qualified for priority registration, fee waiver application, and our counselors provide personal education and career counseling services. So if students are not receiving cash aid, so there's other programs that really also can help them, like New Horizon, EOPS, Summer Institute program, CARE, Guardian Scholars, Next Up, and Earning College Success. So our hardworking, amazing team are all here to support our students, starting from the beginning to help them move to their successful future and reach self-sufficiency with employment and education. So answering the question regarding the outreach, so we do have a community outreach within the CalWORKs program. We do outreach and enrich. The outreach, we always consistently attending the El Cajon Collaborative. We also connect with the high schools to help promote for our programs. We attend, like, for example, parent nights. We also, there's so many events in the community, like a newcomer collaborative, collaborative. We make sure that we always be there. In every event, we set a table, we have our own flyers, and also we are available in the social media. The social media now is taking a really huge part in promoting for our program. Like we have a page at Facebook, we promote through Instagram, YouTube, and also recently we are even thinking about creating a TikTok videos, which is, so we want to reach to everyone as possible. So this is a brief about our services, our program, and how we do the outreach. And if you have any questions, we are gladly love questions and support, and also feel free to email me or email our amazing team. Thank you so much. And we have two of our students here from the CalWORKs. They can also talk about their journey and also answer the questions that can Erica provide. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Noora. These are the questions for the students. What are your educational and career goals? How has this program service helped you personally, educationally, or professionally? And how did you find out about this program and or service?
Okay, so I'm Baya. Hi, everyone. Hi, Michael. So I began my journey at Grossmont College. It's a long story, but I'll condense it. First in 1997, I came for a little bit. At that point in particular time, I was working full time. I had my son, only my son at that time. And I was working full time. School just couldn't manage everything. I was dealing with some stuff that I didn't know that I was dealing with until a little bit later, till I got some counseling. And so I made some attempts throughout the years to come back here and there, just wasn't able to do it. And so finally in 2016, I came, and what I did was I remembered some of the services from before. I did remember vaguely the CalWORKs program because I believe it had just become inactive with the Welfare to Work program. And so what I did was I went to the library, I got a, what do you call it, the schedule for the college, and I looked at all the programs that they offered. And so I just kind of went around to every program that I thought that I may qualify for. And so I inquired about the programs, CalWORKs, EOPS, CARE, other programs as well. And so I just kind of signed up for what I felt like, I qualified for, what could provide me with the most supportive services. It also provided me with information that I needed to know being on campus, some of the programs, the things that they offered, the things that I needed to know as a student, where I needed to be, the supportive services like the meal vouchers, the supplies for, what do you call it, for class, the tech mall, all of the stuff that, some of the stuff that was not there before, but I was able to tap into that. And so it enhanced my ability to be able to come on campus, get acquainted, get acclimated into what was going on. And so that's how it enriched me. What I did was important thing for me was to try to get involved on campus life, to campus government. I've been the CalWORKs club president for the last 3 years. And so just being involved in that, it really ties you to the campus. And so that has been my experience. Not only that, but just, meeting all the students and the counselors who it's kind of like a wraparound support system that that was created. And so that's what kind of kept me tied. And it was like a sense of belonging. So it was like a second family to me. So I'm not sure I answered everything that I needed.
I think you did, Umbaya. Thank you so much for sharing.
Real quick, I want to jump in real fast. Okay,
yes,
I've had the honor of working with this amazing student, and I had a feeling you were going to bring up your book, Umbaya. She wrote a book, and I'm telling you, okay? And I've also had her speak at our CARE region event. Incredible speaker. Ms. Umbaya, you need to put your book link on, it's incredible. And when she told me she wrote a book, she said it so like, yeah, I wrote a book. This is an amazing story. I just have to say, I'm sorry, Umbaya.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Michael.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing, Michael. That is great, Umbaya. Thank you. Up next, we have Ranjeen.
Yes, good morning, all. I'm glad to be here in this conference today. And nice to meet you all. My name is Rangeen. I'm a student at Grossmont College and part of CalWORK office. And I am mother of 3 children and worker at the same time. Actually, I'm proud of myself because I'm handling all these hard positions at the same time, and I'm doing it successfully. I know this is hard, but I'm challenging myself to reach my goal. However, I would love to be thankful for each one in my family or out of my family who support me and help me to overcome all the difficulties that I face. So as any students, I also have a goal to achieve. So my educational goal is to graduate from Grossmont College and get an associate degree in child development. And also my career goal is to move and working with children in this field. Furthermore, I would also like to continue with this major, since it allows me to work with people in different ages and in different ages. So as CalWORKs students, this program, I would love just to talk briefly about this program. This program helped me in many different ways, but mainly has helped me in deep in my understanding with the financial struggle of different people and different levels. I have come also to understand the people who face a lot of financial hardship can have also a lot of effects and reflected in their education, sometimes forcing them to stop their education completely because they should pursue a career just to help them to pay their bills. So personally, I got a lot of grants from CalWORKs last year, which helped me in support my family, especially as you all know, we went through a lot of financial struggles during this time. And also regarding my education, so first of all, I would like to be thankful for all counselors in this department who helped me from the beginning until now. For example, for spring semester, I tried to register for my classes, but I was having an issue in registration. I tried to contact all of them individually. They tried their best to just solve that problem for me. So also, I feel like this makes me optimistic, and I feel like they are supporting me and taking care of me. I honestly appreciate them, each one of them. In addition of all that I mentioned, I also got support professionally. So this program also, especially Jardette and Gabrielle, chose me as a Spark leader and representing Grossmont College in this program. I would like also to share about the Spark, some like a point about Spark. Spark is short of student parents who are redesigning CalWORKs. This program is designed to support CalWORKs parent students who are changing their own life through the education. This program also advocates for policy change in both higher education and welfare system. In fact, we are working as a group and we have goals to achieve. So our goal in this program, our goal is to make a strong connection and support our members, in addition to build a strong foundation for transferring CalWORKs students and bring them in to the equal conversation. This is my first time, actually, this is my first time participating in this kind of program and work with them as a volunteer. So I think this program is also helped me to know other students from other colleges and share some different ideas with each other and work with them in the same project. So we have meeting every week, once a week, with each other to discuss any project and work with any project. I think this is kind of a great opportunity for me to build a relationship with other students from other cultures and get a lot of skills from them too. I also got a lot of helps from them, like resources, which help me to know what should I do if I have a problem with my workers. So I'm gonna move to talk about a little bit about CalWORKs and services that they provide. I started my educational journey at Grossmont College in 2017, a year after I arrived to the United States. In fact, I did not know CalWORKs and what is CalWORKs was and what service that they provide. And I don't have any idea. I didn't have any idea about CalWORKs department. But one of their staff just who I knew before, and he introduced this program for me and for my husband too. So this was the beginning of my journey with CalWORKs. Finally, I'm thankful for the CalWORKs department for giving me all the supports. And of course, I'm thankful for Noora, my amazing counselor, for giving me this opportunity to participate in this conference. And thank you all for listening to me today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ranjeen. Thank you. Next up, we have Michael Perez.
Hello, good morning. I have to start off by saying I'm always just so encouraged by my colleagues and the services they provide. I've been a counselor now with EOPS for going on 22 years, and I always have to start with just acknowledging my excitement about my program. It's near and dear. You know, I never came into this profession thinking that yeah, I want to be an EOPS counselor. No, I actually wanted to be a high school counselor, and I wanted to coach football. So I always try to tell people that because my energy, you know, I'm ready to get out on the field. And I know Dr. Braswell understands that because we talk football. I do miss us talking about football. We used to be Charger fans, but we know how that all turned out. But special teams in the house, right? So EOPS. When I also speak on EOPS, I like to acknowledge the fact that every community college in the state of California has an EOPS program. And I also like to emphasize when I do orientations that, you know, I don't expect everyone to understand or remember the acronym, you know, EOPS, what it stands for, but I do like to say the E is important because we extend services above and beyond in addition to whatever services are provided on the campus. We were born out of the civil rights movement, and I'd always like to say now with so many wonderful services being available through student equity and things like that, I always like to say, you know, EOPS is like the OG. You know, we began this important service to students, and I'm very proud to recognize that in the state as we were established in 1969. You know, we do a lot. We do a lot for students, but I like to say before I go through what we do is our goal is to create community. Our goal is to meet our students exactly where they're at as first generation college students, low income, students who don't have a lineage of college in their family. So, you know, our work is a work of individual and meeting our students where they're at. So I always like to emphasize that with what we do. So, you know, let's go ahead and talk about, wow, what do our students need to do to be eligible for our program? I already kind of highlighted a couple of things, but, you know, if our students are now it's called College Promise, eligible A or B, which is BOG, formerly BOG A or B, they are eligible for our program. We work closely with our admissions and records. We work closely with our financial aid office. And we also have collaborated with our faculty. So the word is out about who we are. I'm looking forward to getting back out in the community because that was also a big important part that that was for us in getting community outreach out. But you know, in the past, we've had so many students that we couldn't accept all of them. So, but now through COVID, you know, our numbers, we're getting back out there, and so we're excited to do that. The services that we provide, you know, we're talking grants, we're talking priority registration, which is so important. We want to make sure that our students understand what they're doing, right? Academically, what are their career goals, whether they want to transfer or receive their associate's degree. Our counselors, I always like to tell students this in their orientation about EOPS. I always like to say, our counselors could do everything all the rest of the counselors do on campus, but we also have additional master's degree units to serve students that are of a diverse student population. So we have a specialized units to address who our students are and where they come from. So I always like to emphasize that as well. We assist through tutoring services and providing additional services through our tutorings, book grants, and all the funds. It just depends on what the our available budgets are, but they're pretty good. They're so good that when it comes time to maintain their requirements, our students are on top of things. So otherwise, they don't get what they these wonderful monetary services that we have. We also, within the umbrella of EOPS, it's important to know that the program CARE was established, I want to say in 1977, and Christina, you might be able to get me on that one, but and it was developed at Imperial Valley College. And this program is special in so many ways. It serves our single parent students. And the additional services we provide to our CARE students could be additional book grants, meal cards, gas cards, and also just general services that address the need of the family, which I'm always excited about. Christina is going to be going soon after me, and she's right now in the middle of getting our CARE holiday party going and providing all the toys and that she just finished up providing Thanksgiving meals for our CARE students. So it was just that above and beyond services for our single parent students, but also with an emphasis in providing the care for our CARE student children. Back before COVID, we would also have movie nights where they would come on the Griffin Gate, and we would watch movies as a family, have dinner, and also provide our CARE students with supplies for the following semester. So wonderful services. Also, our Next Up program. This one's also near and dear to me because I was able to start with my colleague at Financial Aid, our services for foster youth back in the day. It was a long time ago, but now it's formally called Next Up, and it's under the EOPS umbrella, just as CARE is. And we also provide additional support for our formerly foster youth. And we have an incredible staff that assist our students. We have Brian, we have Sam, Ava, and they do workshops and also provide additional services above and beyond what even EOPS does. So they're pretty incredible. Also noted here is our Summer Institute program. We like to get our students in as early as we can to get them, to get that community established within our students coming in from the high schools. And they also continue on in our club. I've been able to be a club advisor, and it's just been a blast. The energy that they bring, and they also tend to get employed throughout the campus with the knowledge that they get throughout the summer. So this is just some of the some of the services, and I wanted to also show what do we do with our students during our appointments. So if I could get that slide, there you go. Thank you. There's wonderful services happening through student equity, and I'm excited about those on campus. But one of the things I believe that sets us apart just a little bit more is our appointment requirements. We require 3 appointments, and within these appointments, we hit and make sure that our students have educational plans, they understand from point A to the completion of their time at Grossmont. Now, because they have 3 appointments, we could even do plans. Sometimes I get a student that is looking at an associate's degree. I'll run that plan, and I'll also run one later that shows, well, this is what it could look like if you transferred. So we have time to do that as we build rapport with students through our 3 appointment contact requirements. We also I like to emphasize that we have progress reports for our second contact So we get to understand how our students are doing in their classes. And it's also an opportunity for our students to be able to engage with their instructors to say, I'm an EOPS student. This is something that is required, and I have to sit with my counselor, my second appointment, to go over my progress in each class. And so this is just another way for us to support our students. Our third appointments, we might be able to do recommendations, get a better understanding of, are you registered already for your next semester? Do we need to update your plans? So again, you know, when you come into this program and you have 3 contacts, again, it just continues that community building. It continues that relationship building. And they can also see us more than that if they need to. So it's just something I wanted to emphasize in. And again, each community college has an EOPS care program. Some of us do a little bit differently, but we have an outstanding region, and wherever our students go, I recommend get into EOPS, make sure you tell them Michael sent you, and make sure you meet so-and-so, whatever program you're going to. We're a real close family in Region 10. And so yeah, EOPS Care, next up, is a program that is, you know, we're doing good work, but we're also challenged with what's, you know, like everybody else with COVID. So we're really looking forward to re-engaging with our students in person, but also having some flexibility with virtual as well. So I didn't time myself, so my apologies. Did I not hit anything, by the way?
I think you hit everything.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh.
5 minutes is real fast with something that, you know, you really care about. So anyways, I hope I did it.
True. Thank you so very much, Michael. And Michael has invited one of his former students at EOPS, and that's Christina.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Just a little bit, when I was invited to speak today, I had so much because I have been in so many of the programs of when I was a student. So I wrote a lot of it down. So I'm just gonna read off of it because there was a lot of services that I received from, you know, even ARC, which I wasn't planning to talk about, but I still do want to talk about it because they assisted me in many ways, even with, you know, having the time and the testing and appointments and making accommodations. So I'll speak on that a little bit towards the end. But my name's Christina. I was a former student from EOPS, CARE, CalWORKs, and ARC. That once I return, I probably will be with ARC and a few other programs because that is my goal, to return and finish. So just a little bit about myself. I'm a mother of 7 children. And a single parent trying to finish school and give the best example to my children. So I wanted to write a little bit about how I transitioned into where I'm at currently. And I just wanted to show them, you know, that anything is possible. And Grossmont College, get my associate's degree and transfer to either a national university or San Diego State. That's my goal. My career goal is to be able to return to Grossmont College and be a full-time employee and work in one of these wonderful programs assisting our students in need, which currently I am the care administrative assistant, but it would be nice to be in a full-time position and be able to help our students more. Let me start by saying once again that I am very grateful these programs exist. If it wasn't for these programs, I don't know what I would have done at times, not only in my education, but personally and financially. Let me start with CalWORKs because that's where I began. I came through CalWORKs through the Office Professional Training Program at Grossmont College. And Jaredette spoke at one of our classes and she said, if we have any questions, come and meet her at our office. And I went down there, I met with Jaredette. She got my counseling appointments going, my educational plan going. And I actually became one of my advocates that fought the county when they had made mistakes on our case. So they were a great help and assisted me with many things. Then she introduced me to EOPS and CARE, which assisted me in many ways as well. So with EOPS, I was able to get counselors regarding my classes, and they also always made sure that I was on track with the semesters, not taking over classes because I was a student, I was a single mom, and I was working part-time at the same time as well. So we always try to keep it going and make sure that the homework wasn't too much as well. I was able to keep a high GPA and get able to receive extra tutoring with EOPS because they had slips where they would give me extra tutoring time, and that was a great help. When I was a student, I had A's and B's, which I was there all day, but I got to keep my GPA in a good standing. They helped me with books that I needed for classes at the time. They also, at the time when I was a student, had a loan book program where they would loan us books so we didn't have to purchase them or rent them out. That doesn't exist anymore in our office, but it was a great help to students. We still have the loan calculators, which that helped too, because the graphing calculator was like 150, I believe, at the time. And that was a big chunk. We didn't have that capability of just going and buying one. So they have the calculator loan program, which that helped in a few of my classes. Let me see. I know that's a lot. I'm sorry, I'm going through a lot of stuff. They helped me with my financial aid petition. We had to take a course and a counselor has to review it. We have to sign it and make sure that we continue on that path. They do review it. So I know that was a big help. And they assisted me with following up appointments to make sure that I was doing it and checking on my financial aid and my petition and making sure everything was happening. Sorry. The other thing is that through EOPS, I was guided and resources was to transition me to care as well, because I was a single parent on CalWORKs. So the other program, which was EOPS, guided me to care, which is for single parents. The program, which is a part of the EOPS program, also assisted me with continuing my education and more. This is what I really wanted to say about it. They helped me with schooling and family. They provided services above and beyond. They provided me with meal cards while I was at school and I had small breaks and I couldn't run to class but grab a sandwich. They provided me with gas cards as long as I was on track and had a good communication with my counselor. They had emergency gas cards, which helped me at times when I was in need and it was just like my case, the county, whatever issues I was having or going on. Another one that they did is EOPS provided emergency bus passes and day bus passes. I remember one time I had lost my purse. I left it in class in my backpack and they ended up turning it to caps, but I got at least that one day pass and I had to go and pick up my children, I remember, and then I couldn't come back until the next day. I thought I had lost everything. But EOPS had provided me the one day pass. EOPS also had emergency meal cards at the time. Another thing that they provided that the care helped me, and I wanted to make a note of it, was they provided the school supplies. Like a lot of the school supplies that we were supposed to purchase, we didn't have to. They gave us our first backpack, whether it was rolling, and at the time I was pregnant, so I was able to get a rolling backpack with supplies inside of it. And they did backpacks drive-through for children. So my children were all able to get backpacks, which one of them that was going to school with supplies inside. So CARE has done like backpacks drive-through for children, and they work with the YES program, the YMCA. Another thing that they provided was they adopted my children and they did a car holiday event, which they did a family meal. They got my kids presents and toys. They took pictures with Santa, and being a single parent, it was all just single parents. So all of our kids were like, there was another parent in there that wasn't single. So we all related and it was really nice because we all got to have that time with our children and we got to do all the events. CalWORKs did all of these amazing things as well. So I wanted to know that CalWORKs does a holiday event. They provided services. They did all that. They sponsored my children. So that was really nice. How did I find out about these programs? Was through actually, Jared, like I said, speaking. I went into a different program. I had no clue where I was going and what direction I was in. I just saw the ad of the Office Professional Training Program and I wanted to get more education because where I was at, I didn't want to be stuck. I was doing administrative work at a dispatching. I was running and I was a manager, but because I didn't have the education, the pay was not there. So that's why I basically kind of returned back to school. You guys can ask me any questions in regards to ARC. the reason I was transferred to ARC, I had testing. I found out that I had kind of testing anxiety, so I needed more time. Note taking was a little bit difficult. And if it wasn't for ARC, I wouldn't have gotten those services because they did the testing and I actually was, found out that, they provided the recording, they provided the notes, which was really nice because I got to keep my notes and take them out. I was able to take the test with not the anxiety of all the other students with me with pressure and the time, which was a real big help. They did the counseling. Christine was one of my counselors. Scott Barr was one of my counselors. They did workshops where they helped you and assisted you on how to do note taking and test taking, the recording, how to use it, how to use their services. So ARC was really wonderful the whole time that I was there, and an experience that I had. So just to let you guys know, I found out when I was pregnant, like 6 months, I had a procedure, and I was, and it's okay for me to say, I was like literally kind of like zoned, so I couldn't do a lot of services. I couldn't walk. So ARC actually, I was able to pick up notes, and another student would help me, and I would meet up with them in the cafeteria, which I didn't have to walk far. And they provided all that, and actually they reached out to my instructor, which was really nice. So I didn't have to walk all the way across campus to do the test at her office. I could do it at ARC, which was amazing. So yay for ARC. You guys can ask me any other questions. Those are a lot of the services that we did. And as being a student, that's my story.
That's wonderful, Christina. Thank you so much for sharing your story and for talking about all our resources and services that our community colleges and counselors and staff do for our students and offer to our students. Next up, we have Raul Rodriguez.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. And yeah, thank you so much to all the students who have shared so far for opening up and telling us your stories. You're all great inspirations to us, and so thank you for what you've done. Michael, yeah, I feel you on the whole Chargers thing. Yeah, I don't follow them no more, but I'm a former Charger fan too. So I was also a former EOPS student. So yeah, so I can totally relate to your stories as well, because I was in your shoes at one time. I'm gonna share my screen here so I can tell you guys about Puente. All right, so again, my name is Raul Rodriguez. I'm actually the co-coordinator for the Puente program here at San Diego Mesa College. So my English faculty partner, her name is Christy Allred. So she helps me coordinate the whole program. We have kind of different roles in what we do. So our mission though, is that we are a nationally recognized academic program. We're designed to help students adjust to college life and prepare to transfer to four-year colleges and universities with an emphasis on the Latino, Latinx experience. So even though we have that focus, it's open to everyone. Everyone and anyone can join Puente. You don't have to be Latina, Latino, Chicana, Chicano, whatever. It's open to all. So that's one of the really cool things about Puente, is that anybody can join. And I'll talk a little bit about how to join and the criteria, because there's not really a real criteria for joining Puente. All right. So again, our mission is to increase the number of students who transfer to four-year universities, particularly underrepresented students, Latino students. The goal is to get those numbers up, to get these students to transfer more, to get their degrees. And our hope is that they do that and that they return to their communities as leaders and mentors. So that's what our goal is. We are, I don't know if you can see that graphic. It came out kind of funky when I shared it, but we have different components to the program. So part of it is counseling. So that's where I come in. I'm the counselor for Puente, and I'm also the personal growth instructor. So I also teach the classes for personal growth, and I'll talk about which ones those are as well. We have a writing component. So that's where my co-coordinator partner, Christy, comes in, and she teaches the English classes and also helps coordinate the program. And we also have a mentoring component. So we match up our students with mentors from the community, from not only from the campus community, but also from the outside community as well. So Puente strives to be here in the sweet spot where this weird little symbol is, where students are getting all these things at once, and it helps students' chances of being more successful. So those are the 4 components of Puente. We have writing instruction, personal growth instruction, counseling, and mentoring. So our goal is to provide a strong foundation of support needed not only for Mesa, but beyond Mesa too. We have a saying in Puente, once a Puentista, always a Puentista. So even after students complete the classes, they still work with me, they still work with Christy. In fact, I just wrote a letter of recommendation for one of my students from a few years back. She already transferred to San Diego State, she graduated, and now she's going into grad school, and we're still meeting and helping her, you know, with that whole process. So it's definitely true, you know, all the way beyond Mesa, we still continue to work with Puentistas. So by joining Puente, they become a part of this big statewide network of leaders and professionals. So Puente is found all over the state, 66 community colleges, just in California, but it's also expanded now beyond California. So it's also found in Texas, where else? Seattle, I think, a couple other places as well. So it continues to grow, continues to get bigger and bigger as well. Our hope is that we really build a strong connection with students. So we provide a strong sense of community, and students have this sense of familia. And we really build those strong bonds with students as well. I like how EOPS, you guys talked about the contacts, the 3 contacts that students are required to have with counselors. So that's something that I also have learned from EOPS, I guess you could say, is that I really emphasize those contacts with me. So our students, while they're in the personal growth classes, they meet with me multiple times throughout the semester. So I always tell them, you know, think of me as an additional, you know, counselor, not your only one, because a lot of our students are also part of EOPS and other programs, and we highly encourage that as well. So I always tell them, you know, you've got me, but you also have your other counselors as well. So it's a big perk for them in those times when, especially, you know, during like this time of year, when students are registering for their spring classes and stuff, and it can get kind of overwhelming to call the counseling center and they say, hey, there's a 2-hour wait, or, you know, however long it might be to see a counselor. When they're in Puente, they just text me. They're like, hey, can we talk? And I'm like, yeah, let's talk. So they have that as a huge perk. But this is the structure of it. They take English 101X and Personal Growth 120 in the fall, and then they continue on in the spring and take Personal Growth 140 and English 205 in the spring. So I teach those 2 personal growth classes. So the same group of students stays together. It's a cohort model. So it's roughly somewhere between 25 to 30 students beginning in the fall, and they continue on together in the spring. And the same, of course, English professor as well, my partner, Christy. So again, it's a great way to really build those connections with students and really build a strong sense of community. Part of it also is that students get to have activities and events that they do throughout the year with other Puentistas. We have a big conference in the fall semester called the Puente Motivational Conference. So all of the Puente programs from across the state get together for this big conference. It's usually, when it's in person, it's held at either UC Los Angeles, UC San Diego, or UC Riverside. And it kind of rotates throughout the years between those 3 campuses. However, in the past couple of years, because of COVID, we've been doing them virtually, but they've still been just as impactful and just as great as before. Another event that we have is called Noche de Familia. We do that every fall semester as well. Students, again, it's different lately because of COVID, but usually students come to campus and we provide meals for them and their family. We usually have a taquero come and give us some really good food, really good tacos, and students get to meet administrators and other faculty, and they get to hear all about what they're doing in Puente, all the great things that have been going on. So it's a really great program. And I don't want to take up too much more time. So I just want to mention another cool thing lately, something new, a big perk of students who join Puente is that they are going to get special admission consideration into SDSU. So that's something new, as well as that we've been able to provide them with laptops, hotspots, and headsets for these crazy virtual times that we're in. So that's been a big help as well. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about here. I'm going to stop my screen share because I do want to save enough time to give Eloy some time to talk too. But one last part, I think I forgot to mention about the outreach that we do. So real quick, our outreach usually, especially lately, has been a little bit more virtual. So I send out an invite to students who identify as Latinx, Latino to fill out an interest form. Again, there's no criteria other than that they haven't completed the classes yet. As long as they haven't completed English 101, English 205, or personal growth. And now that it's English 101X, it's a whole different ballgame as well, because when I was a student, yeah, I was part of EOPS, but I didn't get to be part of Puente. And that was because of my English level. I was actually already at the English 101 level when I found out about Puente. So I pretty much missed out because I would have had to have started the semester prior in the remedial English class. And I did take like 3 of them, by the way. I had to start at the very bottom with both English and math. So I could have joined, but I just hadn't heard about it. When I did hear about it, it was too late. So I've always had that little like, yeah, Puente, I wish you would be like open to everybody. And now they are. Now we really are open to everyone, because anybody can take English 101X. Doesn't matter what your English placement is. So I don't have to worry about explaining that to students and saying, hey, I'm not, you have to do English 101 first, because they can, even if their milestone's a little lower, they can still do the English 101X. So now I would have been a Puentista as a student, but but I'll go ahead and pass it to Eloy. I hope I hit everything, and I'm not sure if Eloy, do you remember the question for the student?
Yeah, I have it already pulled up on my phone.
Awesome.
Thank you, Eloy. Thank you, Raul.
Thank you.
So good morning. My name is Eloy Perez. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. I got out back in 2020 in July. I heard about Puente through one of the counselors of San Diego Mesa, but my educational career goals would be becoming counselor just like Raul, because Raul has been very helpful to me, and so has Christy, but Raul more. Raul has helped me with my classes, my schedule. He's been helping me stay on track with my assignments and stuff like that. Because it's been 5 years since I've been back in school, since 2016, since I graduated high school. And it's been a very rough start for me because I have work full-time also. So doing classes full-time and work full-time is kind of a struggle. And they've been pretty lenient with me with my assignments to help me turning them in. So that's why I also want to be a counselor just like him, because he's been very helpful, and that's what I want to be able to do to my future students, hopefully. Let's see, how has this program service helped personally, educationally, or professionally? I think that's all really pretty much it. That's all I gotta say.
And that's perfectly fine, Eloy. Thank you so much, and thank you for your service. Thank you all so very much for presenting and speaking about your programs and promoting your resources and services. I would like to add that all the resources and services are free to our students. So to those high school counselors that are present today at our session, please know that all these services are free to our brand new students and existing students. And so I think now we're going to open it up to questions, but I believe Eloy has a question.
It's more of a statement. I forgot to mention that we also have a Puente Club also. Anyone is welcome to join also, and we do our own events. We have officers, and we love to host our own events also. And like I said, anyone's welcome to join. It's like a whole family, basically.
Great. Thank you, Eloy.
Thanks for mentioning that, Eloy, because that's something that I forgot to mention as well, is that that's a really good way for those students that were like me, right? So if I would have found out, you know, about the program and it's too late for me to join, or it's full or something, the Puente Club is a great way to still be connected and to still be a part of that familia, as Eloy mentioned.
Yeah, we help each other out no matter what. Like, we have our own group chat and everything. If you have any questions, we're there to help you no matter what.
Noora, you had a question?
Actually, I have a comment. So I just want to say thank you for all the presenters. Even if I'm a counselor at CalWORKs, I'm really amazed with all the programs, all the services that provided by Grossmont College, and really appreciate the information provided. And a huge thank you to Leslie and Erica for the really great organizing and coordinating for this event. Great job, and I really feel more proud to be part of the Grossmont College community college. And also want to mention, I really wanted to be a counselor inspired by other counselors that I met during my journey here. So I also want to say I'm very thankful and grateful for an amazing counselor here, Cindy Moran, for her support during my master's degree when I was a student at my master's degree. So this is how we learn from each other. Thank you very much for everyone.
Thank you, Noora, for sharing. Leslie, do we have any questions from the audience for our counselors?
I don't see any questions in the chat on the Whova platform. Just, you know, people saying thank you. And yeah, we can't thank you all enough. I think maybe next time we should have a separate session for each of these programs so that you have enough time to share more. So keep that in mind as I reach out to you next year to come back and present again. Thank you again to all of our counselor and student panelists, presenters today, and especially thank you to all of our attendees. The session was very well attended, so I hope everybody enjoyed it. Please remember to rate this session in the Whova application now that you've had a chance to be a part of it, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.